Hello, everybody, and welcome to the LFC Transfer Room. We're back live for the watch-along between Burnley and Liverpool from Turf Moor. The game kicks off at 2 p.m, but we will be here just to have a little preview beforehand, before the game gets underway. I'm joined today by Luke and Bob. Thank you for joining me both. I hope you're both doing well. Man City strolled to victory again yesterday, so it's just a case of more of the same from us again, I presume. 12 points. They're 12 points behind, 2 games in hand, plus a visit to the Etihad later in the season. Luke, is the title challenge still on?
It's slim, but you just got to keep believing. You've got to pick up those wins. I still think one more slip up, one more drop point, and it's over. But at the moment, the door is just slightly left ajar. And all we need to do is just keep winning, win our game in hand against Leeds before the cup final, keep it to 6 points until April, beat City at the Etihad, game on. But we've just got to get to there, and then maybe another Premier League team does us a favour and take a couple of points off City. But at the moment, it's looking really difficult. But no, the chance is still there.
Bob, who do you think that team could be? Because, every week we're hoping that some team will rock up to Man City and actually put in a tough game, try and nick a point maybe, but they just eventually get that goal, and then there's no stopping them really. Who is there left apart from us that could help us get those points back on them?
It's difficult. I'm a little bit with Luke, but if you were to tell me, I would say probably. I think they've got Tottenham soon on the next game week.
Tottenham next week.
Which Tottenham are away though. I mean, that's one where I'm not saying Tottenham will win, but they can maybe get a draw. It's really difficult because they're a really good team, and with regards to our game in hand, we play that game in hand. I think it's next week against Leeds. But because the cup final, we lose the game again straight away, which is a little bit frustrating. Because do you know what I mean? If we kept putting, because we were supposed to play Arsenal that weekend, so I wish we never had these games in hand so that we can put actual scoreboard pressure on them, points pressure on them, rather than it keep being the way it looks at the moment. But yeah, it's difficult to say really. I mean, they've already played Chelsea twice and beaten both times. I'm going down the league in my head, and it's really hard to see where they can draw a couple of games, but like Luke said, we have to be pretty much perfect now from now on in, and we've got tough games ourselves coming along, so it's going to be hard. But like Luke said, the door is slightly ajar, but it's going to be really difficult. I always say put ourselves in this reverse situation. If we were however many points they are clear, we would not be worried. We would not be thinking the door is slightly ajar. I mean, when we were going on to win the league in 1920, when we were winning 26 out of 27, we weren't worried about the door being ajar to anybody, really. We thought it was all done. Do you know what I mean? After Man United in December, we all thought it was done anyway.
Thank you, everybody who's joining us so far. The game, of course, starts at 2 p.m. So we're just having a little chat now, and then, of course, the game will start at 2. So please stick around. Please like this video and subscribe. It really helps us out. We're a small little channel growing. We've got lots of regulars in the live chat, so come and be a part of that. It's a great place to be. Just quickly now, hi to Ayush, Gary, James, Drew, Jen, Aqua, who else is there? Van Sant, ICE Lucas, Megan, Jim, lots of people that we see regularly, and a few new people as well. So please come and get involved, subscribe to the channel, you won't regret it. Turning our attention purely to this game now, of course, another tough away fixture, this time against Burnley. They're somewhat of a banana skin. Sometimes we'll turn up and play well and knock them out of the park, but a lot of times they can prove very, very tough opponents for us. But that starting 11 and that bench, that must fill a lot of us with confidence, eh, Luke?
Yeah, that's probably the strongest bench I've seen Klopp name at Liverpool in his whole tenure. And I think it's been rolling around on Twitter that the last time this team played together was against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge last season when we won 2-0. So that shows that how, the team hasn't been able to play completely together due to injury, suspensions, or whatever. But it's so refreshing. Like that one Luis Diaz signing, and you're just seeing all the options, all the players are back at the same time, which is, massive for Liverpool. But yeah, with this game, it's actually like Liverpool have actually got a pretty good record at Burnley. It always seems like this game's harder than it is. Like at Burnley, I think we won there last season 3-0, won there the season before 2-1 or something. So it's a tough game at Burnley, but Liverpool seem to near enough come out with a result.
Yeah, I remember the reverse fixture last year. No, I can't remember. No, last year, yeah, they beat us at Anfield. I think they were part of that.
They were the first team.
Dreadful home run that we had, weren't they? Bob, looking at this bench as well, so I'll just go through it for anyone who hasn't seen it yet. So on the bench, we've got Kelleher, Konate, Thiago, Milner, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Tsimikas, Jota, Diaz, and Elliott. Now that's missing purely because we can't fit them in the team. The likes of Minamino, Origi, Curtis Jones, Joe Gomez.
Yeah.
I mean, how for this run-in, bearing in mind we're still in all 4 competitions, major trophies, how vital is it that we can keep the bench looking that nice?
Yeah, I mean, it's good to see, isn't it, really? Just having all those options available, having to be able to not play Thiago every game because we're going to need him with the European run-in coming along as well. Seeing Keita in there. Like you said, Curtis can't even make the squad at the moment. And that's not because he's a bad player. That just shows the competition for places that we've got. So the longer this can continue, the better, really. Keep everybody fresh, rotate the squad, especially when we've got the 3 games in a week leading up to the cup final, Norwich, Leeds, and Chelsea. I'm sure there'll be plenty of rotation there. But back to this game, like Luke said, it always on paper seems like a banana skin, but we tend to do quite well there. So hopefully that continues today, to be honest, because yeah, we're in a good momentum at the moment. Everything's positive. The fan base is on a good vibe. So we just want that to continue, really. We just want that to continue.
Bojack, if anyone was around on one of our last streams, he has a certain hatred for Gomez, which none of us could quite understand, but I don't want to set him off on that one, so I'll leave it be. And just
was he watching the league winning season?
We all have, well, exactly, but there's no getting through to him, so let's not open that can of worms. All right, Jen, thank you very much again. She's a great supporter of this channel, but please stop giving us your money, Jen. All right, we don't want it. We appreciate it, but we don't want to bankrupt you. Honestly, we'll answer any of your questions anyway. But she says, "Hi guys, great content. What's your thoughts about Milner being offered a new deal?" So that is something that's come up in the last day or so on a lot of reliable sources on social media. I don't think him signing a new contract means he's going to be starting every game or become a key part of the squad again. But Bob, I'll come to you first. Are you excited about that? Is that something you think we should be doing? What are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I'm always excited, but I wouldn't say I'm against it, as obviously some of the reaction on social media about it. I'm more than happy for us to keep him. He's an experienced player. He's been there through our successful time. Like you just said there, it doesn't mean he's going to be playing every week just because he's signing a new contract, but he will be helping with the mentality of the squad behind the scenes. Do you know what I mean? So especially with the young players, he's literally the vice captain. So I have no problem with him as long as he's happy to stay. He knows his role by now, with regards to playing wise. I'm not too sure if he will sign or not, because he may get an offer to go somewhere to play more, and he might want to do that as he's seen out his career. But if he doesn't get that offer and he's happy to stay within the current role, or his role diminishes it even more, then yeah, definitely, I'm more than happy to keep him.
Luke, do you think there's more beyond football at play here? Obviously, as we know, he's not a part of the first 11 that often, mainly coming off the bench or restricted to, lesser games like early in the cup, etc., etc. Do you think that, similar to what James is saying, that this is part of keeping a leadership team together, a group of professionals who've been through it all and can guide younger players? Do you think maybe there's a chance that he's being built up to moving into a coaching role? What do you see?
Yeah, I think so. I think you've seen a couple of seasons ago when Liverpool played Shrewsbury in the FA Cup, at Anfield when it was all the kids. Milner was sat on the bench instead of on holiday. So I think he's shown his importance throughout the dressing room. But my only issue is if he's signing on 140 grand a week, which is his rumoured contract. If he's willing to take a slight pay cut, then happy days. He can sign a new deal. He knows his squad role, the cup games. He may take some games at right back if we don't get cover for Trent. But if he's staying on that same contract, I'd be like, yeah, cheers, James. Go and enjoy the last year or so, because I swear he said that he's not interested in coaching at the moment. He just wants to keep playing. And I think the idea from Liverpool is to have Matt as a player coach, but Milner just wants to play. So I think we might say goodbye to him at the end of the season. So,
I think Ayush agrees with you as well. So only keeping him if he's taking 70% wage cut, not at this 140k wage. I mean, I know footballers get paid ridiculous amounts of money, but they don't have to take a wage cut.
Did he say 70% there?
Yeah, so I don't know what that works out to. That's probably a bit harsh. But I don't know. If that is what he's said, or that's the leaks coming through that he wants to play.
He said it in the past.
Football.
I don't know whether or not how he's feeling right now, because Klopp says he's not retiring.
Yeah, so it's
Milner
a bit of a strange one, Bob.
Yeah.
He knows his football's only going to get less and less. Ayush says 70k per week, not 70.
Oh, okay,
but even that's half. That's still a 50% pay cut.
50%, yeah. I mean, like I said though, it just depends if he's got any other offers, because there was rumours last season, before the beginning of the season, that Leeds might come in for him, and he obviously that's where he started, so he might want to end there his career. If that comes up,
he'd break down if he went to Leeds.
If that came up, it might be something that he'd look at. But if nothing else comes up regards to the current environment he's in, he's settled wherever he is at the moment. With regards to the money side of it, I'm not too... Listen, whoever's giving him the contract knows what they're doing. If they're going to offer him 100, 120, 140, whatever it is, and he signs, that means they can afford to do that. Do you know what I mean? So I'm hoping that whatever money they offer him doesn't eat into another player's wage down the line or something like that. Do you know what I mean? But again, his experience and his coaching, so his experience just around the place is just, I think, is so vital important going forward to time. There's going to be times where we haven't got Jordan Henderson in the squad, maybe for whatever reason, whether his injury. I'm not saying he's not going to be around the place, but having them just all around just to keep that winning mentality there. There was years ago where we never had this kind of winning mentality players around the place, and we used to say we need winners around the place. We've got them, and now we're asking them to either take pay cuts or do one, basically. So I'm like I said, if the people in charge of the finances are happy to keep him on whatever it is they're going to offer him, I'm all for it, to be honest.
Again, thank you to everybody who's joined and is still here. Brilliant to see so many new people. Please make sure that you leave a like on this video and also subscribe to the LFC Transfer Room. We don't just do watch-alongs, we also do all the Liverpool content you could need. We were one of the first channels to break the Luis Diaz story. We had videos on it a few months before the January transfer window even began. So please do stay around for plenty of content, not just watch-alongs or transfer news. We've also got debates as well, etc., etc. I just need to grab my laptop, but as a question I'll leave to both of you literally for a few seconds. Mo Salah obviously came back from the AFCON last week, started on the bench. No surprise. I'm very glad that he wasn't allowed to go straight out. Sadio Mane's back straight into the team. Obviously, he's had a few more days rest anyway. What are we hoping to see from both of them? Do we think Mane's going to somehow come back to his best magically? Is he too past it? Will the AFCON have lifted him again? You know, what are your predictions for that? And I'll start with you, Luke.
Well, I hope the AFCON's lifted him. I hope the AFCON's lifted him onto that other level. And I hope the fact that you got AFCON, Diaz has arrived through the door, had a great debut. And hopefully that's gone, right, got the time to step up to another level, try to get back to that form we had when we won the league. I really hope that it reinvigorates him. Obviously, there's rumours of him maybe looking to leave at the end of the season. I've got a friend that works at the club, and apparently he really wants to play in Spain at some point in his career. So it would not surprise me at all if he leaves at the end of the season, because I think I saw a rumored quote saying he wants to win. He wants to go down as the greatest African of all time, and he says he wants to win a Champions League with another club to go down as that. How true that is, I don't know. But
I didn't quite understand that, because I don't know why winning a Champions League with another club would impact that, and I don't know who he could join, who would want him at his age, his wages, who would be that close to winning it. As you know, I don't see. Maybe I'm being naive. I don't see Man City making a move for him. I don't see him going to another English club. I don't think we'd let that happen.
Also Real, but even though
you know, they're not exactly
now.
Yeah, and
Barcelona
they're not exactly close to winning the Champions League either.
Are probably stupid enough, because that's the Barca way. So.
Yeah, but they're not.
Hopefully he signs a new deal. Hopefully he signs a new deal. Personally, but
he's already close to going on to being the greatest African player of all time. Anyway, he's on the cusp. Another European Cup or a Premier League title would
Carabao Cup. Would that help?
Maybe a quad.
I'm not sure.
2 weeks time, live on the LFC transfer room.
Because he's got Drogba, really, maybe, and George Weah back in the day, really are the kind of people that he's up against for that kind of mantle. Because being African, I can tell you, we're unlikely any of our teams in that continent to go on and win the World Cup. I hope I'm wrong. So really and truly, the AFCON is probably the biggest national accolade you can get, which he's boxed that off already. He's a European Cup winner. He's a Premier League winner. If he can just add maybe another one of each on those, then it's going to be hard to argue with who's, because even Drogba, he's only won one Champions League. Do you know what I mean? So if Mane can put two in the bank with an AFCON,
did Drogba ever win the AFCON?
I know Ivory Coast won it, and I remember seeing Yaya Toure picking it up, but I can't remember if Drogba was in the side then still or not. But Ivory Coast have recently won it with the Toure brothers in the team. But I'm not sure if Drogba had retired then. I got a feeling he was still in there because he kept clinging on just so that he can make sure he gets that. So,
I'm just checking. Wait, he was part of the team that reached the African Cup of Nations final on 2 occasions, but were beaten on penalties.
Yeah, I remember them.
Mr. I turn up in all the big games. Didn't turn up for his country in the AFCON. Just saying. Just saying. Not disrespecting him. He's an iconic player, but.
Lagonda, what do you expect? You're on a Liverpool fan channel.
Liverpool are rubbish. All the players are overrated. You know, they're all rubbish.
But back to Mane being back in today, I'm looking forward to it. To be honest, because hopefully he's come back in a good place, and hopefully he's heard all the froning of Diaz from the fan base, and he's coming to remind a few people what he's all about still. You know what I mean? So hopefully that is the case. But more than likely, he's only going to play an hour today. So hopefully in that hour, he gets himself a nice little brace. That will do. Can go on to 3 points.
Yeah, well, we're about 7 or 8 minutes away from kickoff, so I'll let you guys go shortly. But just before that, can I get some quick predictions from you? Start with Luke.
I'm going to go 3-0. 3-0 win. Even though that, Burnley have got some new signings, I just vote it. Weghorst up against Virgil van Dijk, both know each other from Holland. I don't see him getting the better of him, to be honest. So I'm going to go 3-0.
I'm just seeing the weather there. It's not looking too good. It's looking very Burnley weather. But even with that said, I can see them maybe getting 1 goal. So I'll go 3-1 Liverpool.
Fantastic. So lots of confidence in the chat. Make sure you do get your predictions. A lot of 3-1s, a couple of 3-0s, 4-0s. So a lot of clean sheets from a lot of people. We'll be finding out very shortly. We're about 5 minutes from kickoff now. So thank you very much to Luke and Bob for joining me. Hope you enjoyed the game, boys, and I'm sure we'll catch up another time. All
Take
right.
care, man. Thanks.
Right.
Cheers.
No worries.
Take care, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Right. Here we bloody go. We're back. We're ready. We're going to do it. All right. Thank you to everybody who is here. It's absolutely fantastic to see so many of you. Let me just sort out everything. Please make sure that you subscribe to the LFC Transfer Room whilst you're here if you haven't already. Honestly, we're a new channel. We're up and coming. We're sexy. We're freaking all over the latest Liverpool news, not just transfers. We, of course, do watch-alongs like this one. We... what else do? We do all the transfer news, obviously, but we also do debates on all sorts of Liverpool topical things. We're starting a new show in the next week or so called The Chat Room, where we'll just talk football in general. And yeah, tactical analysis, previews, reviews of every game. Honestly, it's a great place to be. So if you're a Liverpool fan, do come and check us out. You won't regret it. But we are now very close to kickoff. So again, keep on coming in with your predictions. It's going to be flipping brilliant. I'm excited for today. I'm hoping for probably a 3-4-0 win. But, you know, it's Burnley. I know Luke said that we do have a very good record at Turf Moor. I'm not sure if Hyler's here because maybe he could find that out for us, which would be fantastic. But let's go through the comments, shall we? There's so many of you here, which is unbelievable. Thank you very much for joining us again. If you haven't already, subscribe. It's a fantastic place to be, honestly. You won't regret it. Just look at the community that we've got here in the comments. It's fantastic. So, yeah, plenty of predictions. We've got a 2-1 win for Q-Mars. Well, I'm assuming that's 2-1 to Liverpool, but you've written it as if Burnley would win because they are, of course, the home team. A lot of people have done. I'm going to assume you're all saying Liverpool wins. I'm going to assume you're not being negative Nancy's. Although I appreciate realism, we are a team of positives here on the LFC Transfer Room. Just need to get my stream up and ready because, of course, we will be starting very soon. So bear with me. One moment. I can see a bit of fighting in the chat. I'm going to leave that to the moderators. I'm not getting involved. I'm not involved. Right. Let's do this thing. I'm excited for today. I mean, at the end of the day, it's just another game on the road to the impossible, which is, of course, catching Manchester City. The bench gives me so much hope, honestly, that we can do something today. Like, I've never seen such a strong-looking bench. So, if we can... right, there we go. We're ready to go. As usual, we're probably all going to be at different times on these streams. So, please do... don't post spoilers. That would be fantastic if we could do that. If you want to be directly in line with me, I'll let you know as soon as my stream kicks off. But I appreciate that can be a little bit dodgy sometimes. So by all means, keep watching it as you want. But just please avoid spoilers. There's so many of you here. I'm really keen to not get I'm really keen to get the full experience from this game. So if someone scores a goal for either team or there's a red card or a penalty or something like that, just try. I know it's difficult. I know you want to share it. Please try and keep it to yourselves until I've sort of called it because, as I said, it's very likely that your streams are ahead of mine. So we'll see how it goes. But as I said, I'm feeling very confident. Just going through the starting 11 for Liverpool before the game gets underway. It's Alisson starting in goal, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Joel Matip, Virgil van Dijk, and Andy Robertson starting at the back. Then we've got Fabinho, Jordan Henderson and Naby Keita in midfield. And then Sadio Mane, Mohamed Salah and Roberto Firmino up front. Very much a throw. It almost feels like a throwback, this starting three, you know? With that old front three. I mean, we've seen Jota so many times this season. Luis Diaz looks sensational, and we've all spoken a lot about is Sadio Mane slowly declining? Is Firmino still as much use as he once was? I don't know. We'll see how things go. But it feels good having both of the boys back from AFCON as well. One of them incredibly angry because they lost the final. The other one very happy because they won the final. We'll see. I think if we're looking to get the best out of both of them, who it happened to was probably the best of both. Was probably the best. I think if Mane lost it, I think he'd just be absolutely finished for this season. If Salah won it, then maybe he wouldn't be as asked because it's such a big trophy for him. So I don't know. Again, you might completely disagree. Let me know in the comments if you do. There's a lot going on in the comments, and I just want to say, let's all just put everything that's just happened to one side. I literally don't have time to go through it all and check exactly what's happened, but let's everybody just chill out. We're all here to watch Liverpool. Say anything you want in terms of opinions without being rude to myself or someone else on this channel, all right? You can disagree with me. That's fine. Again, I'm not sure exactly what's happened. And let's just all have respect for each other. Okay, so it is 1 minute past 2 and the game for me still hasn't kicked off. So please do not post any spoilers. Be really, really thankful. But yeah, whatever's happening in the comments, let's just leave it behind for now. We're all here to watch Liverpool versus Burnley. We've got a cup final in 2 weeks. We've got the Champions League on Wednesday. Come on, everybody. Let's just rally together and have a good time. Get your questions in. Get your thoughts in the comments. James says, in terms of Mane and Salah, I think they're both very professional. The tournament has been good for both of them and the rest of the team. Well, that is what we're hoping for, and we should see it in this game. So the players taking the knee now, which of course should be well received by everybody in the stadium. And we'll be just about to kick off any second now. And away we go. We're off. Burnley versus Liverpool on the LFC transfer room. We're here. We're live. We're flying. Let's get on it. And my camera's frozen. My camera's still frozen. Why is my camera frozen? My camera's still frozen. Let me know if this camera, if my bloody camera's still frozen. Is it just the camera or is it the audio as well? Has everything gone to shit? All right, guys, whatever's going on, can everyone just stop now? Bloody hell. Let's all just enjoy the game, eh? Okay, is the camera back? Is the camera back? I don't know what's going on. Okay, I think we're better. All right, let's see if I can bring the quality back up again. Okay, sorry. All right, I'm a nervous wreck. All good. Whew. Honestly, having so many people in the chat makes me get flutters in my tummy. And I lose all sense of what's going on. Right, we're underway. Please let me know your thoughts and opinions in the chat. This should be a cracking game. We've got Weghorst, I think, is playing for Burnley. And obviously, he had a good go against Man United. I mean, that's the good thing. Luckily, we're playing them after they've played another top 6 team. Normally, we go to a team like Burnley, who've been on a crap run against mediocre opposition. We rock up, they play the best game of their life, then they go and play a Man City or a Chelsea, and they do sod all because they're knackered. Luckily for us this time, they've played against Man Manchester United, got the draw, played well, and now they've got to come to us and try and play that same level, which should be very difficult for them. And also, we've got absolutely no injuries. Like, this is our best squad. Pep Guardiola said this is probably the best squad of the last decade. And I have to agree. It's just from top to bottom, quite incredible. We're on the attack here. We're out on the left-hand side with Andy Robertson, ball just slightly wide to him. Again, if anything does happen, guys, please do avoid any spoilers. That would be really handy. It is difficult when a game's not on telly because obviously we're all using different streams, so it'll be slightly different for everybody. We can just hold it to ourselves, and then everybody can try and enjoy the moment together when it happens live here on the LFC Transfer Room. But again, there's so many of you in the stream. It's brilliant to see. Please make sure that you subscribe if you haven't done already. We don't just do watch-alongs. We do all the transfer news around Liverpool. We were one of the first channels to break the Luis Diaz news and our interest in him way before the January transfer window even begun. And we do pre- and post-match analysis. We do tactical analysis of the opposition. And we have little debates and discussions as well about all things Liverpool and football. A brand new segment will be starting within the next week or two called The Chat Room, where it will be led by you guys. A lot of the other live shows, we do a lot of talking and occasionally pull up a few comments. This next show will be all about, you guys. And we'll have a brief discussion at the start about a couple of topical things to get things rolling. And then, oh, hang on, Liverpool coming forward here. Is that Roberto Firmino into the back post? Oh, is that Salah? Poor shot from Salah there, and it's a goal kick for Burnley. Again, it'll be led predominantly by you guys. So really exciting, and I hope you all decide to stick around and get involved in that, because at the end of the day, that's what fan channels are all about. It's about fans interacting, getting their opinions across, getting them heard. And that's absolutely what we want to strive to do here at the LFC Transfer Room. So please stick around for that. Oh, Lucas, I thought you'd spoilt something. There's a goal for Wolves in the other... What's the other game? Newcastle versus Villa's on TV. Hang on a second. Right, so Wolves are beating Spurs 1-0 inside 5 minutes. Quite incredible. They're just showing the goal here. Bloody hell, what's the keeper done there? He's made 2 saves, but each time he's just put it back into such a crap area. Not very good at all. I assume that's Hugo Lloris. He's a very up and down keeper, isn't he? Like 70% of the time he's sensational. The other 30% he can be very average. I suppose that's mainly why he's never been able to leave Spurs. That's kind of where he peaks, I guess. James Dean says terrible defending for the Wolves goal. It certainly looked like it. I mean, how your keeper can make 2 saves and the opposition still get the chance to make a third shot on goal completely uninterrupted is quite sensational, really. Matthias says my stepdad is a Spurs fan. It's a peak time to be a Spurs fan. I mean, I'm sure the guy's nice, but Conte just does my head in. I was so glad when they played Southampton and they were, what was it? They got back to 2-1 up and Conte was like giving it all that to the Southampton. Like his whole bench was telling him, no, don't do that. Don't do that because it's going to come back and bite us. And then about half an hour later, there he is, 3-2 down. He's not shushing anybody anymore. We love to see that stuff. See Lakers, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Says Jota was due to start with Sadio coming from the bench today, but Jota has a dead leg and couldn't train yesterday. No, he looks fine, but we were not sure. Okay. So, yeah. It's nice to see like the OG trio back up front, and considering we've got so much firepower on the bench, you feel like that should up their game even more because all 3 of them could, in theory... Oh, my God. Alisson had to come out and header a ball there, and we managed to get it clear in the end. Samuel Stevens says, as a Liverpool fan since the mid-90s, this is the strongest lineup from starting 11 and through the subs bench I've ever known in my lifetime. I think there'll be very few people who disagree with you on that one. I certainly don't, honestly. It's, the fact that Joe Gomez, Minamino, Curtis Jones, Divock Origi don't even make the bench today, and that's not through injury, is quite incredible. The amount of choice that we have at our disposal. We just need to keep it like that for as long as possible. If we have this full squad between now and the end of the season, very good things happen. I don't know what, but very good things, considering we're still in 4 major competitions and could win any or all of them. Who bloody knows? Matthias, I'm very well, thank you. Thank you for asking. I'm doing all good. Dan, Salah has still not signed the contract yet. Unfortunately, not Dan. There's a lot of players in discussion for a new contract, including James Milner, who we spoke about in the pre-match. Liverpool just coming forward here. Oh, Mane's just put a little bit too wide there, and then a foul's given the other way. Unlucky there. Good. I'm glad you're doing all right. I hope everyone's doing all right in the live chat. Let me know if you're doing all right. Crispy Bacon, hope you're doing well, says, I don't know. The original trio are a bit jaded and predictable, in my opinion. I wouldn't call... I mean, Mane is very unpredictable, for good, for bad or worse. Salah is the top scorer of the Premier League and has been there or thereabouts for the last 3 to 4 seasons. And Firmino, sometimes he can turn it up a notch. You just, no. I won't start a food debate. Yep, that'll be much appreciated. Thank you. Again, if you're new to the channel, please make sure that you do subscribe. Very much appreciated. Liverpool starting well so far, looking positive and quick on the front foot. Needs some more variety and predictability up front. 3 30-year-olds is a bit predictable. I mean, Salah doesn't play like a 30-year-old. Neither does Mane, really. But, you know, the fact we've got Jota, Diaz and Elliott, I guess you could say, on the bench, they can all play any of those front 3 roles, really. So, you know, you just hope that that will kind of force them to up their game again, because we've seen them do it so many occasions. They'll eventually up their game. All corners out to Salah. Strike deflected in a way. Liverpool will retain possession. Well, all right. Feel free to start some food debates in the chat. If you love to do it, go ahead and do it. I ain't going to stop you. Feel free. Jackson 5 says, "Come on the Reds." Absolutely. Please make sure that you like and subscribe as well, Jackson, if you're not already. But if you are, then fantastic. And thank you for commenting. We love it. Drew says, who do you think is our best midfield combo? Straight off the bat, without thinking too much about it, Fabinho, Thiago on the left, Elliott on the right. What I would say. Anyone has any different takes? Oh, is that going to go for a corner? No, it's going to go for a throw-in, but... Oh, Trent tried to keep it in like a twat and knocked it out anyway. So we've lost that. And Burnley now turn over the possession and have it in their own half. Thank you, Jackson. Oh, you're a superstar. Welcome. Welcome to the LFC transfer room. Oh, we love it. So in the last watch-along, Matthias had a bet that if Liverpool beat Leicester, his girlfriend had to buy him a pizza. And they did. They did. So he took it. He took the prize home. Otherwise, he had to buy her some shoes. So in terms of future watch-alongs, we do, of course, have Inter Milan versus Liverpool live on Wednesday. So stick around for that. That's another... Every single game between now and the end of the season is huge for Liverpool. Oh, my God. Burnley just got a shot off there and it luckily sailed over the bar. We'll be live for the Norwich game, another non-televised game on the weekend on Saturday. So make sure you stick around for that. That will be probably with Jack and Tar. I won't be around for that one, unfortunately. But then, so I think we have another midweek game next week. I can't remember who that's against. Oh, Leeds. Leeds are game in hand. And then the Carabao Cup final, Sunday, the 27th of February. We will be here for that. You best believe we will be here for that. We're going to have so much content. I'm going to be here so super early. Whenever the kickoff is, I'll probably jump on an hour before just to chat shit for an hour. Once the game starts, I'm going to get my drink on. It's going to be a ball. We're going to have a great time, and hopefully come 6, 7 o'clock, we'll be celebrating another trophy for Jurgen Klopp and the boys. So make sure you're all around for that if you can be. If you can't be, you don't have to explain yourself. You don't have to justify yourself. Life happens, you know, or you might just not like the channel, which is fine. Jake, thank you very much. Like and subscribed as well. It's been a bloody crazy month for this channel, I'll tell you that. It was literally start of December. We were on about 1,500, 1,600 subscribers, and now we're at 2,600. Absolutely incredible. We're hoping for 3K before the end of this month. With Norwich and the Carabao Cup final as well, we should get very close to it. And with all the other content on the Spot Radio, thank you again. Thank you for liking and subscribing as well. You guys are all fantastic, and we really do appreciate you, honestly. If you, oh my God, Allison just had to make a fine save there. Burnley look like they're growing into the game a little bit. Something to worry about. Whilst we are... Oh, I've lost my train of thought now. If you have liked and subscribed, which a few people have done, fantastic. Thank you very much. Please do stick around for all live content. If you tick the bell notification, every time we go live, either for a watch along, some transfer news, just a general chat or a debate, your phone will let you know when we go live if you tick that notification bell. Get involved in as many of those as possible. Get involved in the comments. Get your opinions heard, and we'll be there. But yeah, should be bloody fantastic. I can't wait. Apologies if my stream just starts to go slightly laggy. As I always say, I'm plugged into the Ethernet cable. But you can never be sure. It never works properly. Okay, so I am still live. That's good. Okay, that's good. We're back. We're back, everybody. It's unreliable, and it's raining outside as well, so I can never tell if the signal's going to be at its peak. Oh, that's annoying. The stuff on my microphone's glowing. Right, let's get back to it. Is Marmite made from marmots? So some people don't know what Marmite is. Unbelievable. It's a delicacy. Put it on toast, put it on a crumpet, put it on a lot of things. Drew says Burnley have been pressing high and makes for an interesting match. Well, it's not something you expect to see from Burnley, but you know they're all they do adapt their play. They're not just Brexit ball like a lot of people expect them to be. Matthias says black pudding, yes or no? A lot of careless passing at the moment for Liverpool. Well, Drew, search it up and try and have a go. I want you to have a go before the Carabao Cup final and let us all know what you think of Marmite. I'm very keen to get your opinion on it because it is a love or a hate. It's a love or a hate. Okay, yeah, thanks for the heads up, Jim. Yeah, I know all the streams are a little bit different, so it's hard to tell. If you could avoid any spoilers, if there's a goal, a yellow card, a red card, a penalty, anything like that, if you could avoid posting that until I've reacted, that'd be brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. It is only 5 seconds, so it shouldn't matter too much. God, a couple of times Alisson's had to come like to the edge of his box and header it away because he's not sure where he is. I mean, Burnley are playing quite well here. Gets a shot away and it's saved there. I mean, the good thing is, however bad we play, if we do play badly in this first half, we've got I mean, just wait. Just look at that bench. Look at that bench. It's fantastic. No, Drew, it doesn't go with shortbread. It goes on toast and crumpets and what are the Easter things? Hot cross buns. That's what it goes with. You can get Marmite rice cakes as well. They're delicious. You can also get like Marmite chocolate, but I don't think that's. I haven't tried that, but I'm not tempted to try it particularly either. It's a big game for Naby Keita today. It's a physical game. Can he assert himself? Oh, it's a beautiful ball in there from Fabinho, and it just no one gets a touch on it, so I think it's a goal. Yeah, it's a goal kick for Burnley. And it's a big game for Jordan Henderson as well. He's come under a lot of scrutiny recently for his performances. So we're at 2,640 odd subscribers now, which is incredible. So another 350 odd and we'll hit our target. Can we do it? Between now and March the 1st. It'd be absolutely incredible if we could. But thank you to everybody who is already a subscriber and has subscribed in this stream as well. Both old and new, always appreciated. Google reviewer subscribed. Oh my God, thank you so much. Honestly, you're all superstars. You're gonna love it. Absolutely. You'll absolutely love it. As Kevin Keegan once said, I would love it if you subscribed. I tend to watch it on Twitter when it's not on the telly. So deal with that information what you will. Or Matty with a vital interception there. Otherwise, Burnley would have been in 1v1 on the keeper. This is a very open game. I wasn't expecting this by any stretch of the imagination, if I'm being brutally honest. And of course, that's what we strive for here on the LFC Transfer Room, is honesty. Here we come down the left. Sadio Mane. Keita, strike. Oh, what a save. Bloody hell. It's a corner. Naby Keita with a snapshot rolling across his body, gets it off very well into the bottom left from his perspective. And into the out for a corner now, which Robertson will take on this left-hand side. Oh, can only fall to a Burnley man. Salah wins it back. Oh, there's appeals from both teams, but in the end, the referee just gives nothing. On my stream, it's 21:05. Oh my God, they're 1v1. Oh, the shot. What Weghorst? He chips the keeper. It wasn't on target anyway, but Trent, to be sure, just smashes it into Rosed. A quick counter from Burnley. Who would have thought? Liverpool caught at the back. Megan says, I'm about 30 seconds ahead of you, so I'll be keeping quiet. Oh, that's why we love having you here, Megan. You know what to do. Barndy says, my stream is 3 minutes behind yours. Well, what you can do is you can pause me. Pause me for 3 minutes until I've caught up, until your stream's caught up, and then play me, and then I won't spoil anything for you. So a lot of people thinking that was a penalty or wasn't a penalty. I don't know if VAR had a look at that. I don't have any audio, unfortunately, so I'm not getting any confirmation from the commentators. Corner from Burnley is dealt with just about. James says no chance of the penalty, barely touched him. I'll take your word for it. I'll take your word for it. I don't disbelieve you, James. I know you wouldn't lie. So it's 2-0 to Wolves, I'm seeing now. Woo-hoo-hoo. I mean, the thing is, that means we're now relying on West Ham to get top 4, because I don't want Man United to get it. No, I really don't want Man United to get it, because I love watching Mark Goldbridge too much. I don't want Arsenal to get it, because I can't stand Arteta. And I don't really want Spurs to win it, because I don't like Conte and I don't like Harry Kane. So we need West Ham to pull their finger out and really knuckle down. But I just think that's the least likeliest outcome. To be fair, I don't know what you guys think. Devendra Khan, if you could please stop posting the same thing over and over again, that would be fantastic. Conte losing his hair even faster now. Yeah, yeah, those images after the Southampton game. Bloody hell, I didn't realise how much he was balding. I mean, Burnley are playing well here. This is shaping up to be a tricky game for us, but it is end-to-end, so if we can just turn things on a little bit. And Megan says the scenes of West Ham get top 4. I'd love to see it. I mean, my whole family, apart from me, supports West Ham. Don't ask how it happened, but that is my family history. And yeah, so they are a 2nd/3rd team of mine. It's amazing how controversial that penalty's been. A lot of people saying it absolutely was not a penalty, and some people saying it absolutely was a penalty. Foxtrot Oscar, you sound like David Beckham. What, my voice or how I'm? What? What? Yeah. East London, Essex, lad. No, I'm like Southwest London. No. David Beckham. I mean, he's got like a... my accent? I don't think so. Go listen to David Beckham again, Foxtrot. Go listen to him again and then come back. I think I've never, ever heard someone think I sound like David Beckham. So Henderson is down injured here. James is saying Henderson might have done his knee. He looks in a lot of pain, actually. Camera's bloody zoomed in on his face. So could be an early entrance for Harvey Elliott here. I mean, just, you know, it's unbelievable, isn't it? First time we've got a full squad, completely uninjured, all healthy. And Henderson goes down in immense pain. Klopp can barely contain a smile. Drew reckons it's a contact injury. They're not replaying it. He is getting up, hopefully. Looks like he's going to go off the pitch first, at least. I'm surprised they haven't re-shown it. That normally means it looks a bit horrible. I think Klopp isn't sure whether to sub him or not. Physio's just coming over now. So for anyone who's not sure, I'm on 26:57, 26 minutes. Well, 27 minutes exactly now. Caroline says, tough game so far. Burnley playing high energy hoofball. It's a good tactic. And as I say that, here comes the free kick. Oh my God, they're in. Oh, it's a save from Alisson. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Matthias, I've been told my accent is a Swinglish accent cross between my place of birth, Sweden, but having lived in England for ages, I have a mix of the two, so nicknamed Swinglish accent. Just a clash of knees with Hendo taking the brunt. Oh, thank Christ for that. Would have been our luck. It's definitely not a Scouse accent. Who said that? I don't think anyone said I have a Scouse accent. I mean, that would be pretty stupid. To be fair, no offence. He's back on the pitch now. Jen. He's just come back on for me. A crap tackle there from Brownhill on Salah. So we will have a free kick. Again, thank you to every single person who is watching this. If you can and feel able to, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. It's just it helps us out tremendously. Growing a community of Liverpool fans is something we all want and love. You know, the world's becoming more individualistic. Technology's taking over. It feels like it's... Oh! How's that not gone in? Straight at Nick Pope's foot from Mane. Finds himself in a brilliant position. He's at the back post from the free kick. And, oh, he has two goes. The first one just hits Pope where he stood. And the rebound just can't quite get it on target. He was falling over. And that's a good chance. It's a good chance. It's a big chance from for Liverpool. But before that, Burnley as well from the free kick could have scored two. So it's a bit of a toss-up. I mean, it's a, you know, from a neutral perspective, I think this is shaping up to be quite a good game. Did the tattoo on your throat hurt? It did a little bit, but well, no, it did. I nearly cried. I was glad it was over. The artist wanted to do it even bigger, and I'm so glad I didn't agree to that because I would have died. But it wasn't the worst one I had. The worst one I've ever had was on my leg, on the top of my left quad, a massive bear. So, like with full fur and detail and everything. Oh, Burnley have a shot wide again. They're getting over the top of us really easily, which is surprising. You almost feel like Joe Gomez's pace would be good, but, you know, Joel Matip is on fire. Our offside line isn't holding up as well either. Burnley are getting past that quite easily. Yeah, on my leg, big old bear face. So you imagine all the fur and then all the detail around like the snout, the eyes and the mouth. That took about 3-4 hours, and that was god awful, I tell you. One on the side of my head didn't hurt that much either. That was actually quite enjoyable, but to each their own. Joe Gomez would have given away 2 goals by now if he was playing. Oh, you guys, man. I'm not going to stand for all this Joe Gomez slander. No, but one thing that Gomez does have is the recovery, pace. I think you guys underestimate, like, you know, how big of a part he was of the title-winning season, and throughout that whole season, we played a high line as well. You know. So 31 minutes in now. A very evenly matched game. Again, not something... Eh? Gomez wasn't a part of the Premier League title season. The rest of the team carried him. If you think a team can get 97 points one season and then however many did the next season to win the Champions League and the Premier League, and you think even one player can be carried, that's incredible. That is... No, because I remember that season perfectly. Caroline, sorry, I hope I don't come across mean, but I remember that season so well and the way everyone hyped him up. No one at that time was saying, oh, the team's carrying him. No one was saying the team was carrying him. Everyone was saying, oh, him and Van Dijk are fantastic. Drew, yes, I've got... Wait, where is it? I've got 96 in a cool font, which means that it's the right way either way. But, of course, that's now obviously been rightfully changed to 97. So I'm a little bit lost on what to do. Lost on what to do with that. Yeah, I mean, Caroline, if that's your opinion, that's absolutely fine. And I'm not going to try and dissuade you. It's always easier coming at it from the perspective of so-and-so is bad. Because you can go back to any mistake he's ever made and say, look at that, look how bad he is. And if he plays at some point this season and he comes in and makes a mistake, you can straight away go, told you so. Told you so, he's crap. You know, it's a lot harder to argue on the other side of that. Oh my God, they're in again. They're in again. He's around the keeper. The keeper saves it. Alisson saves it. Jesus Christ. What's going on? Oh, he was offside. It's all right. He was offside. It's all good, everybody. Newcastle beating Villa. No, I'm counting on Gerrard to be amazing. So it's a free kick. So it's meant to, so there was a penalty for Newcastle that wasn't given by VAR, and I think it was then a free kick instead, and Trippier scored that. Gavlar says Gomez is very mediocre, would suit a lower Premier League team or Championship team, not Liverpool. I mean, you've got to remember, he's still only 24, and a centre-back doesn't reach his prime until his very late 20s/30s. And he was, I don't care what anyone tries to say in retrospect now, everyone freaking loved him those 2 seasons. Everybody thought he was fantastic. Him and Verge were the 2 best centre-backs in the world. You can't dissuade me that that's not what everyone thought at the time. Now, because he's not a favourite, he's not as cool. And we've got a new shiny plaything in Kanate. Matip's back, and Matip's funny, you know, out of context, Joel Matip. You can't then pretend that he's not good, or that you didn't think he was good at the time. I almost want to move on because it's making me upset. He was a massive part of our title run and our Champions League as well. I know Matip played a lot of those games, but still, he was a massive part of it. And he's still very young. And just because people adapt, people get better at different times. There's no one size fits all on that. And Gomez is always, he's another one of those players who's always managed to prove his doubters wrong after a while. He's one of those players who, when he comes in, needs a run of games. I'll give you that. He needs a run of games to get up to his best. He's not like a Thiago or an Elliott who can just come in and play at their best. Cross from Henderson, which was actually bloody decent, but Mane just overrun it. I'm going to leave the chat to debate Joe Gomez. I've said my piece on it. I think everyone gets my position on it. I'll leave everyone in the chat to keep on discussing that. Oh, it's a crossing again, and it's blocked by Ben Mee. So Liverpool have another corner here with just over 7 minutes left to go without any added time in this first half. As I said, a very end-to-end game. So I think it's Trent coming over to the left to take this corner now. So that'll be an in-swinger, which is what I do prefer to see, I must be honest, as long as it can beat the first man. If he could do that, we might be in with something. It looks very windy. The ball's not setting. Bloody horrible conditions in Burnley today. I mean, it's horrible where I am as well in southwest London. Is it in? It's in! It's Fabinho! Hey! Come on! Thank you very much for anybody who saw that and didn't spoil it. I almost missed that as well. Fabinho manages to get the corner in. So that's what, 4 goals in about, well, that's 3 or 4 goals in like 6 or 7 games, which is unbelievable for Fabinho. I mean, there's no way this goal can get ruled out for anything, right? Before I change the scoreline and potentially embarrass myself, let's watch it back. I mean, perfect time to score. End of the first half. So in comes the ball. Fabinho's on the... Oh, he just comes running in. Gets a second attempt at it as well. Is there any pushing or anything? Nope. So Nick Pope makes another save. Comes straight back out to Fabinho. And on the second attempt, he doesn't mess it up at all. Yeah, and, you know, Virgil van Dijk wasn't the best centre-back in the world at 24. He wasn't even on many people's radar at 24. He's probably at Celtic by that point. Or he might have gotten his move. No, he was only at Southampton for a year or two. So, yeah, you know, he could easily turn into something, but he's already a very good centre-back. And as someone said earlier, I would have him over Maguire any day. I find it quite rude to Gomez that he's even in that conversation. Another ball in here. Ooh. Burnley defender Roberts has to tuck it away for another corner here. I'd love to see Trent on it again, but it looks like it's Robertson this time. I think in-swingers are just so much better. I don't know. I feel like we score more. Bit more uncertainty with the in-swinger, whereas an out-swinger, you know it's going away from goal. Keeper comes out. He's fluffed it a little bit here. Ref doesn't give him a free kick, which is good. But, oh, Henderson with a nice little dummy ball there. Trent's ball is crap. A lot of people like Sprouts in the chat. Bloody hell. I don't, personally. I have only tried them a handful of times. Wasn't impressed. And I can never be bothered to get them off. I can never be bothered to put any on my plate when it comes to a roast. So 4 minutes from half time. Let me know who your player of the half is so far. It's a bit of a tough one, I think. But also, ahead of the half-time discussion, what is the most vital part of a roast dinner? That is the question that I want to know the answer to at half-time. What is the most vital part of a roast dinner? Have a little think. Write some thoughts. A Google reviewer says Alisson's my player of the half, made some good saves and kept us in it. James says it's very British to cut people down. Just look at Lucas, third highest one tackles in Premier League history, and LFC fans will tell you he's rubbish. Very good point. I've always had a soft spot for Lucas. Google reviewer, very quick to disagree there. It's good. It's good. I like it. Jim says, sprouts are my favourite vegetable, no matter what Robert Rankin and his Bretonian characters think. I think I'm a bit too thick to get that reference, unfortunately. Liverpool come forward again here. Burnley have got a lot of players back behind the ball. Now Burnley coming forward. God. Every time they come forward, they do look dangerous. But Mane's managed to twist the defender here. Can he put... Oh, his ball is so shit. Oh, he hasn't come back a different man at all. You just won the AFCON. Play like it. That's such a shit ball. I'm not saying it was easy, but you could do a lot better than that for how good you are. And this is what I mean. It doesn't matter. That's why I said I wanted Salah to win it, because it's not going to do to Mane what everyone thinks it's going to do to Mane. It's not going to suddenly revive him into the player that he was 2 or 3 years ago. So keep the comments about the most important part of the roast coming in. I will get back to all of them at halftime. Very keen to get through that argument. Should be a cracker here on the LFC Transfer Room. We talk about the important things. We're just here to have fun, you know. We watch the team we love. We have a bit of fun with it as well. And as well, just before halftime, just before anyone goes off and gets a cup of tea or a cup of coffee or a cup of something else, anything else. Yes, Google reviewer, best part of a roast dinner. Get your thoughts in. I'm sure you will have some not controversial, but you'll be very resolute in your choices, I'm sure. So there's only 2 minutes of added time. So not much should happen. The conditions look absolutely horrendous. It's like Burnley and Stoke, like the exact same place or something, isn't it? One goes down, the other one stepped in to take its place. So you'd think Mane probably comes off on the 60th minute. Luis Diaz comes in. Or Jota. But Liverpool just content to play it around the back in this last minute or so. Yeah, before you go away and get any halftime beverages or snacks, please do subscribe to the channel. Very much appreciated. We've a lot of new subscribers to welcome today already, which is unbelievable. And if you'd like to be one, please go ahead. You can let me know in the comments as well, and I'll even give you a little shout out. So now it's the ball's back with Alisson. So we are now at the allotted time. So whistle should go any second, and it does. That is half time. Klopp runs back to the dressing room. we are 1-0 up. Fabinho goal putting us ahead against Burnley. But if you have been watching or you have been looking at the comments, a very tough game. Burnley well up for it. It's been very end-to-end, not as much control as you would expect from Liverpool against a team like Burnley. No offence. But sets up a good second half, so Klopp will be keen to get his boys in and try and reassert some more control in this second half. So let me know who your player of the half has been. But we have got something more important to discuss, which is what is the most important part of your roast dinner, ladies and gentlemen. Come on. Give it to me. I'm going back. I'm going to scroll up a little bit and see what the comments are saying. I've got my opinions, but let's see what yours are. So I think a lot of people going for the crispy roast potatoes are obviously a essential part of it. Matthias goes for a Yorkshire pudding. Jim says sprouts are my favourite vegetable, no matter... I read that one already, but interesting choice for your favourite vegetable. Yorkshire pudding is the best thing on a roast by far. And I have to agree. That would be my choice for absolute sure. Although I said roast potatoes, I'm now pondering about bread because of the mopping up of the gravy. But I just use roast potatoes to do that, to mop up the gravy. And I think that's... because a roast potato is fucking swell on its own. Add a bit of gravy. Oh, unbelievable scenes. Google reviewer as well says the roast potatoes, the crispiness of them and how glassy you can get them. It also says duck fat is what you need. See Heston's YouTube vid on his roast potatoes. Should we just do a Heston cooking video watch along? That would be good, wouldn't it? Samuel, so I used to have 2 slices of bread with my roast, one to make a meat stuffing and potato sandwich, and the other for mopping gravy. Have you done it with Yorkshire pudding, Sam? Let me know what you think. I've never thought to have just bread, to be fair. Good reviewer again. Glassy, crispy on the outside, fluffy on the inside. Perfect roast potato is hard to achieve. It's all about this. It's all about the seasoning as well. Bit of like garlic and rosemary, and just a roast potato is obviously a little bit, can be a little bit bland. Roast potato is always the bloody hottest bit as well. No matter what you do, if you bite a roast potato too early in your roast dinner and you've got a burnt mouth, or you end up like trying to not spit it out because that's disgusting, and not burn your insides as well. Bandy says, I like the crispy potato too, but we don't make them like that much here in India. So this is where things get interesting. So do you do roast dinners very often? And if so, like what kind of twists do you have on them? Very keen to find out. And that goes for everybody as well. I'm sure we've all got our own twists on a roast dinner. James says, I think I'm going gravy. You must have a good roasty in Yorkshire. No Aunt Bessie's, but gravy brings it all together. The glue as you were, the Fabinho of roast dinners. Do you know what? Mark each part of a roast dinner as a Liverpool player and why. So I'm going to say gravy is the Fabinho because it holds it all together. It's the glue. Without it, it can all easily fall apart, even though there's so many great elements to it. I'm keen to see what people's opinions are. That's quite a fun one, actually. If I do say so myself. Caroline also says roast potatoes easily. Also says that brings everything else together. Good lamb shoulder is a close second. I've never had lamb shoulder. Also done it with a Yorkshire as well. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. You just got to make sure you've got loads of Yorkshire so you can mop it all up. I'll never be satisfied when I go and have a roast at a restaurant or a pub and they just give you like one big one or like 2 or 3 roast Yorkshire puddings. You just need a whole bowl full of them. You can just, so good. Once you start, you can't stop. Gravy is a super important part of a roast dinner, in my opinion. But as an American, my roast dinners aren't like your traditional roasts. We tend to have rolls or biscuits and mashed potato. Now, what do you mean by biscuit? Because I have a feeling we're thinking of different things when we say biscuit. Cauliflower cheese is always a good shout with a roast. Gravy and cheese sauce is actually a very good mix. Lamb and mint sauce is perfect, says James. The roast potatoes, we make a difference to the traditional English ones as well. Please let us know how so. I'm keen. So, guys, sorry, I'm going a bit AWOL on this. Try and think of how you would describe each part of a roast dinner as a Liverpool player. So I said the gravy, probably Fabinho, because it's the glue that holds everything together. I'll probably put Mo Salah as the no, wait. I'll put Virgil van Dijk as the Yorkshire puddings because he just sweeps in. He sweeps up everything. So sweeps up the gravy as he sweeps up all of the sweeps up all the loose balls. Jim Carcher, it's only 9 a.m. here in Texas, but y'all are making me hungry for dinner already. Yeehaw. Again, much love to everybody who's watching in different time zones, especially those early in the morning or late at night. It's amazing. You know, that is a massive benefit of social media that we all get to be together from all over the world just because we happen to have a similar interest in Liverpool Football Club. Sounds like I'm making a lot of people hungry, and that's what we strive to do here on the LFC Transfer Room. So stick around and leave a like on this video if you're hungry. 1 like equals 1 roast dinner. So let's get as many as we can. Oh, Jim, ignore me. Ignore me, Jim, honestly. I'm just taking the mick. Originally from Philadelphia. Please don't take anything I say seriously unless I say, no, seriously, guys. Otherwise, just ignore me. So James says, Firmino is the special edition mint sauce, lamb, chicken, cranberry, beef, horseradish. Whoa. Bloody hell. Love that. Salah or Verge is the meat. What's Trent? Trent's the provider. Don't know what. I haven't thought this through too well. Runner bean. Oh, here we go. Matthias has given us a full list. Runner beans, Mo Salah, roast beef, Virgil, Sprouts, Joe Gomez. After today, love him or hate him. Yeah, very well done. I like that. Broccoli is Jota and cabbage. Mane and gravy is Fabinho. Yep. Trent the oven then. Oh yeah, love that. Robbo the peas. They never run out. Oh, this is what it's all about. Screw your first-class punditry at half-time. This is what everything's about. Hi, Anthony. Hope you're enjoying the game, mate. Right, there's some people who are not in the mood. Jason says, forget the roast dinner analogies. Are the better team losing? I'd say it's been 50-50. And, you know, we've had good opportunities as well. So yeah, a couple of minutes from kickoff for the second half, but as usual, my stream will be slightly behind again. So we'll see how it goes. Oh, Foxtrot, mate, just leave it now. It's boring. Just yeah, leave it now, please. I don't know what happened, and I don't really care. Samuel says Klopp is definitely the gravy. Yeah, if we're including staff, then I'd have to agree with you. I'm just talking about the trend, the plate, the dinner to be served on. Oh, you guys have made this so much better than I thought it would be. I was kind of like, well, Fabinho's the gravy because it holds it together, but then what else is there going to be? So Klopp, the chef, Drew and James said that very close proximity, which is scary. Someone said Klopp is definitely the gravy. Trent is the plate, or Trent is the oven, both providers, of course. So Hot Stuff 92, hope you're doing well, says 1-0 to us, but it could have easily been 2-2 in that first half. Well, I wouldn't mind a few more goals. Would be fun. Hey, Hot Stuff. We're just having fun, man. We're just here to have fun. And everyone, you know, it's all about the majority in a live stream. Everyone's enjoying it. But I'll do what you say on this occasion. I'll do what you say, mate. We'll get back to the game because it will be kicking off shortly. So it's another huge half in terms of Liverpool's bid to stay in the title race. We are, of course, at this point in time, 12 points behind. If we continue to win this game, we'll be 9 points behind. We still have a game in hand, and we still have Man City to play. So we'll see what happens. I'm just trying to get a bloody stream going again, but right, last one. Hendo, the carrots, always here. They're either glazed or mashed, and everyone forgets about them. Oh, God. I love it. I just love it. I can't find one. Jumping Joe's predicting 2-0. Get your second half predictions in the chat, everyone. Keen to see what we're all thinking. Can't find the Poxy stream now. Bear with me. Bear with me, everyone. Hopefully there's not a goal in the first 2 minutes or so. James still thinks 4-0 they'll run out of steam. I mean, to be fair, yeah, they've been up and down. Oh. Still saying 3 Salah and Diaz now to score. Well, yeah, we've got so much firepower, not only on the pitch, but coming off the bench, and they will be fresh. So 3-0 says Sam. Anthony says 2-1 or 3-1. Jarson 7-0 says 3-1 to Liverpool. So a lot of people feel like Burnley can definitely score. Guys, honestly, just leave it. Just shut up. We're having a good time. Why are you bringing everything down? Children in the chat. Oh. I feel like everyone's mum. Oh, so yeah, so it's still half time. Thank God. Even so, my stream will definitely be a little bit slow. I will let you know exactly when I kick off. So if you kick off before on your stream, please avoid spoilers. If you kick off after, feel free to pause me and allow the stream to catch up, and then we can go through it together. So I'm not spoiling anything for you. I mean, it's just a exciting time to be a football fan and a Liverpool fan now. Games every few days. Games every few games, and not only is the Champions League back on Wednesday against Inter Milan, going to be a huge watch along. Can't wait to do that. Make sure you stick around for that. Tick the bell notification to get notified when we go freaking live for that. Caroline, I don't care. Just leave it. Just don't say anything. That's all I'm asking. I said I don't know what's happened and I don't care. I don't care. The chat flowed nicely anyway. Oh my God. Please stop. Because he hasn't said anything since whatever happened before the game. I don't know. But after that, he hasn't said or done anything. Everyone else is just going on about it. We are now back out on the pitch. Second half will be getting underway shortly. Right. Oh. Lagonda, that's not a helpful comment either. Bloody hell. Hi, Rob. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. Let us know what your predictions are. Sorry you couldn't find a proper stream. If you look on Twitter, you might find some luck, but please do also keep this this tab open and watch us. We're great. Lagonda, it's really not much of a threat, is it? Bloody hell. Bye, Anthony. Have a nice second half, mate. Lagonda, he hasn't done anything since before the game started. You're one of the only people still going on about it. Nobody cares. And if you feel that way, then, you know, wicked cool. Right, so I'll let you know when the second half gets underway. To mate. Bye. Fucking hell. People who use the word snowflake unironically are, ironically, the biggest snowflakes. Jolting. So we are underway. In case anyone forgot, this is a football watch along. Guys, if anyone wants to unsubscribe and go, then just do it. You know, I don't get why you think that's some sort of a threat or like I'm going to do something about it. You're just showing yourselves all to be massive snowflakes. He's even said he didn't do whatever you lot are talking about. And that was over an hour ago, and you're still going on about it. So, you know, see you later. All you've managed to do is bring down the mood. So, look, I don't care. Look, you're still going on about it. Oh, my God. How many times? Just leave it alone. Oh. This is... You're not better. You're not, like, more mature. You're still going on about something that happened over an hour ago. That isn't a big deal. And, you know, if the goal's to fuck me off, you've done it. You've ruined everything. Oh, cross has gone through. No one can get on the end of it. It was a free kick from Trent, in case anyone forgot what was going on. So the second half has started much like the way the first half ended here. It's still very end-to-end. Liverpool giving the way the ball very clumsily there. You'd think like Klopp would, even though we're winning, they'd get a bit of a bollocking and maybe just try to look to slow the game down a little bit, at least for the first 5-10 minutes. You're right. It does feel a bit nervy, Megan, but I don't know. It shouldn't need to feel that way. We've got more than enough quality to take control of this game and then go for a second, which we do need to do. But there's no way we try and hold out for a 1-0. If you use, it's always the people, I'll say it again, who use the word snowflake unironically, who are ironically snowflakes. Literally, it's a small, minor thing. It happened over an hour ago. It's over. It's been done. The guy you all attacked for doing whatever it was didn't do it anyway. And you're still going on about it like he's just killed your mum or something. So you won't be missed. The chat was a much better place before you came into it. So, ta-da. Try my best to get everybody involved and have a nice time. But if you're not going to work with me, I'm really not interested. You know, this is all, it's all done for free, for enjoyment, for fun, for a laugh. And, you know, you just couldn't let go of a small thing, brought down fucking everything. And Burnley with a corner, couldn't take advantage of it. Ben Mee, heads wide. And it's 1-0. Right. I think everyone who was still going on about whatever happened is gone now. So let's try and turn it around. Sarah, I don't know why you're like making yourself into a victim of something. Like, no one's even told me what was said, and I don't know who banned them. I don't really care. And everyone could have just left it. I don't think anyone got banned. I feel like they just got timed out. They got timed out for a little bit, and some of you have lost your minds, like absolute snowflakes. By the way, like this is a YouTube watch along. This isn't autocratic dictatorship. Why? What are you so pressed about? Cross into the box. Trent doesn't get to it. Well, no, because a timeout comes back, but a ban doesn't. And you're making a fuss over absolutely nothing as well. Like, you're still going on. You're adding nothing of value to this stream. And then, so you're the one chatting shit continuously, bringing everything down. And you're the only one still going on about it. And now you're going to make yourself out to be the victim by going, oh, feel free to ban me as well, guys, just because I have a different opinion. Burnley get, oh my God, deflected shot, fall straight to the keeper. It's all good. It's all good. Just didn't really need all this, to be honest. Was having a bit of a shit time. Was really looking forward to this stream, and I'm still, I'm still enjoying it. Don't worry, but it has been slightly ruined by some people who just could not let something go. Oh boy, let's look at the results. Well, the scores in the other games. So it's still 1-0 to Newcastle United, and it's still 2-0 to Wolverhampton Wanderers. And the 4:30 game is, of course, Leicester versus West Ham, which is a huge game. Oh, Gavlar, then free to leave as well. I really don't care. Like, everyone who was so fucked off about it could have just left. They could have just left and never come back, do whatever they needed to do. But they had to make sure that they brought everything else down before they went as well. If there was name calling involved towards somebody in the chat, then no one was in the wrong. Then the mod wasn't in the wrong. And that's, from what I understand, that's what's happened. So if you can't get your opinion across without calling someone a name, then it's not just an opinion. Obviously, everyone has opinions. No one's saying you can't have an opinion. But if you can't express it in a mature enough way where you have to resort to name calling, however minor you think the word is, then so Burnley, with 33 minutes to go, have a throw in out on the right hand side, and they can get it into the box from here. So long throw, flicked on. Virgil van Dijk deals with it. Oh. So Thiago, big Thiago's coming on. Henderson comes off. So that's our first substitute of the day. So this, if we want to try and control the game more, there's not many better people for it. However, it's a risky game to bring Thiago in on because they are a physical side. We saw that with what happened to Henderson, although that was his challenge. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. And if he could go without getting a yellow card, Thiago, that would be fantastic, because does have a habit of coming off the bench and getting into a tackle he doesn't need to. Here comes Salah, charging down the wing, cuts in. He's brought down. Ref judges he gets the ball, but he definitely takes the man out. Not in the best way. And the counter-attack comes back to Alisson. So we start again from the back. Firmino's carrying it now. Tries to slip Mane through. The gap was never really there. And Liverpool retain possession at the back with Fabinho, who passes to Joel Matip. And now Virgil van Dijk. And now it's moved over to the left to Andy Robertson. Is Salah falls through to the keeper though. So a couple of minutes since Thiago's come on, Liverpool have had more of the ball and Burnley haven't really had a chance at goal. It's been a couple of minutes, but we can keep that trend going, then we're in a good place. It's just crazy that we're in February and, you know, every game is an absolute must win. And I know most games Liverpool are must win anyway, but like if we drop 1 point, you have to feel like that is the end of our title challenge. So you could just never take anything for granted. So Jay Rodriguez is coming off for Burnley and on is McNeil. So they've made a substitution as well. I feel like Diaz might be saved in this fixture now. I won't really want to put him up against such a horrid team as Burnley in such cruel conditions. That's got to be a handball. That's a bona fide handball from the Burnley player. There's no way the ref didn't see that, but luckily we win the ball back anyway. So in 2022, Lipoc, Fabinho, 5 goals, Cristiano, 0. Hey. We love to see it. I can see Matthias and Samuel having a good old chinwag in the comments. We love to see it. And Jim. And James. And Kerry. So Fabinho almost dispossessed, but he does keep hold of it like the magician that he is. Mane, however, gives it away inside Liverpool's own half. It's a shot. Oh, took a nasty deflection, but luckily just up into the welcoming arms of Alisson. I mean, who wouldn't like to fall into Alisson's arms, eh? I certainly would. So we should have plenty of live content for you guys this week. I'm sure there'll be some other transfer news. I know the transfer window is so far away, and I know it's unlikely that we'll sign many players, but it's always a good chat. Get involved. We'll probably have some transfer centrals We'll also probably have some debate rooms as well. They're really fun, and we love your interaction on those. Oh, Trent's ball saved by the keeper. And we should also hopefully be starting a new chat show, the chat room, as it's aptly named on the LFC transfer room, the chat room, where we'll whoever's hosting will start with a few topics, and then we'll just leave it to you guys to kind of lead the conversation. So that is pure interaction with you guys in the live chat. So definitely make sure you're around for that. And the easiest way to do that is to turn on the notification button after you subscribe to the channel, of course. Salah, Van Dijk and Robertson combined to win the ball back. But the ball's pumped long, and now it's back with Pope. About 25 minutes left of this game. Liverpool, of course, cannot be content with a 1-0 win. Well, with a 1-0 scoreline, but it feels like it has slowed down maybe a little bit in Liverpool's favour. Having said that, no, we're fine. We're fine. Mane's won it back up in a good position. Sets Mane off. Oh my God, sets Salah off on the right-hand side. He does his usual cut in. Oh, ball deflected, but it is a corner for Liverpool. And I know he's had the AFCON, obviously, but before then as well. Not at his absolute best. Of course, Lipok, 3 points is all that matters, no matter how that comes. Just saying, for calmness' sake and for blood pressure's sake, it's always good if we can wrap it up a little bit earlier. You do feel that one more goal for Liverpool would just about do the trick, but of course you can rule nothing out. Oh, so a lovely ball out to the right for Trent, but he's adjudged to be offside, and I think there's going to be another substitution now. Or maybe in a minute or two. Diogo Jota, he apparently had a dead leg, but will come on today. QW, so we had this discussion in the pre-match, but appreciate the question. So I think the general consensus was that if it is just about keeping him for his leadership and potentially heading into a coaching role in the future, that's not in his plans at the minute, then, you know, maybe fair enough. Maybe we can get him to take a little pay cut. That would be fair. But if it is at the expense of improving the midfield and he does keep his quite large wages, then, you know, I think a lot of us would be quite unsure about that and the long-term impact on our squad. But, you know, he clearly offers a lot. Yeah. He hasn't looked too great. He'll probably score now. He probably shouldn't have been involved today. Neither should Salah against Leicester. Yeah, he might still be pissed. I think that shot on the ball now to Robertson, crossed in. He's going to be offside, but he's over the bar anyway. Firmino in the middle. So we've only got one more substitute, I think. So it won't be Elliot and Diaz. I don't know if it'll be either of them, to be fair. Ooh. One back well by Burnley there. Jen says she would bring Luis Diaz on. He could probably grab a goal, to be fair. He's due one with his first couple of performances. I will say that. Druv says, as much as I want to see Elliot, I wouldn't risk it against the injury against a side like Burnley. Yeah, that's my thinking as well with that. You know, there's plenty of games for him to play, even in the next couple of weeks. I'm sure he'll have a big part to play in the Champions League, potentially. So, and then, of course, Norwich next Saturday, Leeds midweek. So there'll be plenty of time for him to come on. There's no point bringing him on now against a team like Burnley. In these conditions as well, you know, wet and windy. As much as I'm sure he would love to come on. Sorry for losing my call a little bit. Just, yeah, really effed me off, to be honest. I literally have no idea what happened before the game started, but apparently it was such a big deal that 4 or 5 people just could not let it go an hour later. And instead of just doing what they needed to do, leave the video, unsubscribe quietly, they had to make a big thing of it. Just, I'll say it for the 3rd time. People who use the word snowflake, ironically, turn out to be the biggest snowflakes. I know that's hardly poetic, but I do think there's some truth in there. But I apologise. All the same, for getting a little bit irate about it. A long shot from Fabinho. QW. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go or go. Yeah, I think so. They're the same people who are like, oh, why can't I? Oh, fucking pronouns. They're way too hard and complicated. Fucking. I don't have to respect pronouns. And then they think like wearing a mask is a sign of a dictatorship. It's a mask. It's a mask. QW, and you're being the biggest snowflake because you just won't let it go. Honestly, just stop right now. Stop right now. Don't say anything else. You don't always have to have the last word on everything. Just don't say anything else now. It's all good. We'll move on. We'll have a good time. All right? Don't answer. Don't respond to that. It's all good. Cool. Bye then. Bye-bye. Here's a dictatorship now. It's the dictatorship of Louis. I'm taking full executive powers. You're out of here. So there's 15 minutes left to go between us and being 9 points behind Man City. How great is that on your Sunday afternoon? Oh, dangerous cross from Burnley there. Couldn't get on the end of it. They need Chris Wood, don't they? They got Harvey Barnes, but they ain't got Chris Wood no more. You're absolutely right. I think if we don't score another one. Foxtrot, say one more thing about it and you're gone. Or just get gone yourself. I'm not interested. You are single-handedly bringing down this thing. Everybody in it. Stop bringing it up or get out. I really do not care which way. One more comment's all I need and the trigger's coming out. I mean, the result and all the regulars in the chat are the only positives so far this afternoon. It's a crap, rainy day. And we got some mad people in the chat. Most of which are gone now, thank God. Jim, it isn't normally like this. It's normally a lovely place. Take James, Lipok, Megan, Druv, Matthias, Jen, Samuel, all of their words for it. It's a lovely place normally. We've just had a few very sensitive people who couldn't handle being timed out for a few seconds. And they just could not let it go in the chat. And obviously that's going to affect me because I'm looking at the chat because I'm trying to have an interactive community. So I didn't time anybody out. I don't know what happened. I don't really care. It's a timeout. You come back. It's a YouTube watch along on a silly app, which a lot of us just enjoy for good vibes. If you can't handle being timed out for a few seconds, then maybe you need to look at yourself. Whether you were timed out wrongly or rightly, who freaking cares? Right, it's a corner. Corner for Liverpool. Trent Alexander-Arnold into the box. Can't get anybody onto the end of it, though. Comes out to the other side. Naby Keita crosses again. Oh, second ball falls to a Burnley player rather than a Liverpool player. For 12 minutes, I mean, to be fair, they haven't had a lot of gilt-edged chances in the last 10, 15 minutes or so. But just don't like a 1-0. It's horrible. It's horrible until the whistle goes. It's been quite hard to follow this game. Let me know who your standout performers were, or I don't know what the opposite of that would be. People who haven't impressed you, I suppose. Let me know. Fabinho, obviously the goal scorer, and as we've all agreed, he is the gravy that holds it together. Oh! Oh my God, my stream just stopped. Oh, it must have gone wide. Tell me my stream just stopped as the cross came in and it looked like it was going on goal. It must have gone wide. It must have gone wide. Oh my God, I've lost it. Oh, bollocks. I've lost it. All right, now I think I do need spoilers because I'm desperately looking for another stream because my other one's gone. It's vanished with like less than 10 minutes to go now. I can't believe it. Okay, the cross went wide. I thought it did. Thank Christ for that. So some people are saying Alisson, man of the match. I mean, he's just in superb form, isn't he? It's been a while since I could think of the last time he cost us a goal. And he's made some spectacular saves along the way, and he's looked in control and confident the whole time. Sorry, Matthias. I had to speak. I had to say it. Oh, bloody hell. Can't find anything. Yes, if something does go wrong, do feel free to blame me. I'll take that on the chin. We'll just add insult to injury today, really. Cloppage time. I hope that wasn't a misspell. I like that. So we all agreed Alisson so far is still man of the match. I mean, I think it would take a Fabinho goal for anyone else to get a sniff at man of the match. It hasn't been, again, not a vintage Liverpool performance by any means, but we have only gotten better as the game's gone on, I feel like. Yes, it was very much appreciated, Matthias. Matthias, man of the match. Yeah, get your votes in. We can all agree on that, I think. He didn't let the atmosphere get him down. He carried on with a smile on his face. Again, we will, of course, be live on Wednesday night. I can't remember if it's a 7:45 or an 8 p.m. kickoff, but either way, we'll be alive 15 to 20 minutes before kickoff to have a little pre-match discussion. Mike says, hope all the Liverpool fans get home safely from their local pub in Surrey and Kent. I thought that was trying to be nice, but I think that's got some. I think that's dashed with a bit of salt. Hope all the Liverpool fans go home safely from their local pub in Surrey and Kent. If it's not salt, then I apologise. It does come across as a very salty comment, but your name is Mike London, so I don't know. Do explain, Mike. I'm a bit agitated already today, Mike. Don't test me. I mean, this is beyond a joke now. Yes, I've got it. Oh, my God. Right. I'm on 86:20. 86 minutes and 25 seconds. Right. Oh, we're here. We're here for the final push. Bloody hell. Salah should have... Oh, I've just seen that chance as well. Just seen that chance. Salah should have put Diogo in. His pass was pretty bad. Won't lie to you. Oh, fair play. The least you could do is like and subscribe, Mike, even if you are a Chelsea fan. Help out a little guy. Help out a little channel. Do us a massive favour. And you are welcome here whenever anyway. You can come back whenever you want. Get involved in the chat. We're normally very welcoming. Cross comes in. Van Dijk touches it down to Salah, who is onside. Trent tries to get a ball in, hits the first man. It wasn't Trent, but it's back with Alisson now. Anyway, thanks, Mike. Thank you. We love to see it. Cup final prediction, says James. Oh, so yeah, Mike, what is your cup final prediction? Let us know. We'll be live for that as well. So I'm sure you'll be watching it. You might be watching it from a pub or at home. I don't know. But if you can, have us open on another device, on another tab. It'll be a fun time. We can laugh at each other depending on how the score goes. Yeah, a lot of love for Matthias in the chat. He's a dedicated member of... He's an ultra around these parts and rightfully voted man of the match, I think. It's funny. I was literally thinking... I've been thinking that as well. I was thinking of tweeting it on the day, just saying, I hope everyone knows Liverpool are going to win on penalties, right? We've played twice this season, both been draws. Neither team will want to mess up, so I could easily see it going the distance. Yeah, a few people saying penalty win for Liverpool in the Carabao Cup final, but I mean, time's just flowing by. It's only 2 weeks now. Feels like only yesterday we beat Arsenal in the semis after they beat us in the first leg, 0-0. Kerry reckons the final's a no-brainer. Blimey, I'd love to have that confidence. James says, I can't pick a winner. I think one team will score very early and then try and defend it and end up losing. Literally, so my clock is slightly ahead. So we've got 5 seconds of normal time remaining here. And it is in Burnley's half with Liverpool on the ball. So positive signs. And I can't imagine there's too much added time. 3 minutes. 3 minutes between us and only being 9 points behind Man City. Can you believe it? Alisson out well to stop a counter-attack. And now Liverpool back on the ball as well in Burnley's half, just where it needs to be. Take it to the corner. Take it to the corner, Diogo. Robbo, anyone? Take it to the corner. Yeah, I mean, it was interesting. The first game, Chelsea probably should have won. They obviously got the red card, and we still couldn't take real advantage of it. Yeah, and then in the second game, we just kind of bottled it, really. Kerry, you should say what you see. Say what you see in the game. Apologies if that's rude, but I like to hear the game as most do. Well, I like to mix it up a little bit. You know, we're trying to build a nice community, and that involves interaction. So we do favour interaction, but you know, there's spells when the game heats up. I'll try and commentate mainly on that. But when it's, you know, unless it's an all-action affair, there have been streams where it's been an all-action affair, and I have pretty much mainly stuck to just commentary. But you know, we're a community-driven channel. You know, thank you for the feedback, though. It's very valid, and I do get what you mean. If you do prefer more of just pure commentary, again, not trying to sound rude, just as you are, there are other, I can't think of what the best one would be, but there are other Liverpool watch-along channels that will do that. Druv, so I'm on Twitter at LouisF862, just beneath me. I guess I could give my email. Is there a reason I wouldn't give my email address, anybody? So there's actually 15 seconds left of play. Burnley are coming forward. They've got a free kick. Oh no, it's offside. It's offside. So Liverpool free kick, 5 seconds to go, and you'd feel like that's it. So to be fair to Liverpool, we've actually managed this second half quite well. Of course, Burnley have had some chances, but there's never been a point where I've been like proper bricking it, like in games past with a 1-0, with a 1-goal deficit. So I'm impressed. And, you know, it's just another game at the end of the day. It doesn't matter that we didn't, you know, thrash them. That's it. Liverpool come out the other side of a horrible afternoon in Turf Moor, raining, wind like a bloody tornado. Burnley well and truly up for the game, but it wasn't enough. Liverpool did take the lead on 39-ish minutes through Fabinho from a corner on the rebound, tapping home. Not much to write about particularly. It was an end-to-end game for large parts. However, as the game went on, Liverpool did start to assert their control. Bringing on Thiago, certainly a big part of that, I think, adding a lot more stability than Keita and Henderson together. So I think that's, done us well. And a lot of people saying, Jen, it's over. Thank God. Megan says, I'll take the win, but was not a fan of that one at all. Was nervous the whole time. Mike says these horrible wins are what title form is all about. Maybe just a little bit too late. That's a good assessment, to be fair. But we have hope. Not most convincing win, but 3 points is what matters. Aston Villa still losing to Newcastle. Jim says, fortunate to hold on to that 1-0. Some nervy moments, but Alisson preserved the win. And Jen says 3 points, all that matters, of course. I think they had Inter in their head and just wanted to get through this. And I don't really blame them. We've got a lot of games coming up that are very important. It's hard to kind of differentiate between them all, I guess. But thank you to everybody who's been watching. Of course, we'll be back again with lots of live content over the next week. We try to go live every day, if not post a video that's been pre-recorded. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't done already. Lipok says, keeping the good performance for the UCL. Well, it's good to get out of the blocks in a first leg and make sure you haven't got to work too hard in the second leg. But we'll see. Liverpool never like to make things too easy on themselves, like we saw today. Speaking of that, though, we will be here for the Inter Milan game. Mike, of course we will. Of course we'll be here for the Carabao Cup final. Every Liverpool game between now and then will also be a watch-along. So on Wednesday against Inter Milan, Saturday against Norwich, that will be with Tar and Jack. I won't be available for that. So that might be better for some people. Some people might prefer that, which is fine. And then, of course, the Leeds game next week as well. So I'm not sure exactly when that is. But thank you very much for watching. Apologies if it got a little bit heated, but thank God all those people are gone now. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you for subscribing if you have. I've been Louis. This has been Burnley 0, Liverpool 1. Brilliant watch along. Thank you very much to everybody in the comments who's made it such a nice place. And man of the match obviously goes to Matthias. Big shout out to him. We'll see you all on Wednesday. Take care, everybody. We'll see you in the next video.